Please rise. And Trustee Clark, would you lead us in the pledge?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Okay, this meeting is called to order, and Clerk Reyes, would you please call the roll?
Sure. Trustee Clark.
Present.
Trustee Heilenbach. Present. Trustee Navarro.
Present.
Trustee DeCosta.
Present.
Clerk Reyes is here. Supervisor Wilt.
Present. We have a quorum, and we can proceed. First order is the approval of the minutes of January 13th, the regular board meeting. What is your pleasure?
I make a motion that we approve the minutes of the January 13th regular board meeting.
I have a motion. Do I hear a second? Second. Motion by Trustee Clark, seconded by Trustee Navarro. Are there any additions or corrections? Anything that needs to be
I believe
adjusted?
There's one correction.
What was that?
Page 4, under new business, special events, A, birthday party request. There was an abstention, but that one abstention says yes.
I'm glad you caught that. I was going to raise that as well.
We're going to correct your own minutes?
Yeah, we
Okay.
have you down as an abstention, but the vote
Yes.
is listed
Yes.
as 5-0.
No, it says 4-0, but it
Yeah,
says yes by my name.
Oh, got it. Is that what it was?
Yes, so please, yes, that will be corrected. I did abstain. Okay, any other additions or corrections? Hearing none, then all in favor of approving the minutes with that correction, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Motion is carried. All right, the next item is the minutes of the Committee of the Whole of February 3rd. What is your pleasure?
I move to approve the minutes of the Committee of the Whole held on February 3rd.
Thank you. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Motion by Trustee Navarro, seconded by Trustee DeCassola, to approve the minutes as presented of the February 3rd Committee of the Whole. Are there any additions or corrections to these minutes? No? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, nay. Motion is carried. Thank you. All right, new business. Our community partnerships are the first on the agenda. And is there someone here to speak for the Riverside Little League? Okay. What is your pleasure? We have a request for sponsorship. We haven't had one of these in quite a while.
2013.
I
Yes.
think we should sponsor them to the tune of $300, be a silver sponsor, and that will get our name on the back of a T-shirt.
Okay. You make that a motion?
I'd like to make a motion that we sponsor the Riverside Little League, be a silver sponsorship for $300.
I have a motion by Trustee Clark, seconded by Trustee Navarro to approve a silver sponsorship as a community partnership with the Riverside Little League organization. Any discussion? Hearing none, and then would you please call the roll for the approval?
Trustee Clark.
Yes.
Trustee Heilenbach. Yes. Trustee Navarro.
Yes.
Trustee DeCosta.
Yes.
Supervisor Wilt.
Yes, motion is carried. Okay. Aging Care Connections, do we have anyone here from Aging Care? We know them well, we work with them all the time. Are there any questions to this? This would come out of the senior programs budget item, by the way.
I make a motion that we approve the grant for Aging Care Connections in the amount of $5,000.
Second.
I have a motion by trustee Heilenbach, seconded by trustee Clark, to approve the community partnership with Aging Care Connections in the amount of $5,000. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, then Clerk Reyes, would you please call the roll?
Trustee Heilenbach.
Yes.
Trustee Clark.
Yes.
Trustee DeCosta.
Yes.
Trustee Navarro. Supervisor Wilt.
Yes, motion is carried. Is there someone here from Progress Center for Independent Living? Would you please step to the microphone, identify yourself, and tell us something about your organization?
Hi, my name is Deanie Harris. I'm actually a lifelong Riverside resident. I work at a place called Progress Center for Independent Living. It's not a residential facility. The name might suggest it is, but it's not. We are one of 22 centers for independent living in Illinois. We serve suburban Cook County. And we do a number of core services. We do information and referral, peer support, community reintegration, independent living skills, education. We concentrate on serving and advocating for and with people with disabilities.
How many people do you serve from Riverside Township?
Well, we serve all of Riverside Township. How many people specifically have come in? That's hard to tell. It's an as-needed basis. So sometimes people just call us or come in and want some information. Sometimes there's a longer-term relationship. So it's hard to pinpoint how many we serve. We do currently serve a few. And we have served many. I know that's vague.
Do you know what kind of services that you're providing to Riverside Township residents?
A lot of information and referral. We provide personal assistant, sort of like a locator service, where we train personal assistants and we place them in people's homes. The idea behind that is that to help people stay in their homes or stay in whichever community they choose to be in. We had to, unfortunately, lay off our housing specialist, but we still have staff who can help with housing, whether that's locating housing or doing home modifications. So our main goal is helping people stay in their homes.
How many staff do you have?
Currently we have 17.
17 staff, and that's 60% of your budget?
I'm sorry?
That's 60%
Of your budget? 60% of your $1 million budget, 600,000 of that goes to staff salaries?
Staff,
That's per the report that was
Yes.
submitted.
yes, ma'am.
How long have
Salaries.
you been in business?
We opened in the 1980s. We've been at our current location in Forest Park since 1996, I believe.
So most of your services are like referrals, basically, or do you actually do any training? Do you have staff that do the home care, or do you just connect people with them?
We do connect people.
Okay.
We do what's called independent living skills training. So if somebody needs help with things like financial planning, budgeting, we do that. We help people find jobs. If they need a job, that's a big issue in the disability community.
And this is mostly physical disability, or is it also
No.
developmental disabilities?
Yes, developmental disabilities, hidden disabilities, is any disability.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see that River Forest Township gave you a partnership. I'm just curious, where else do you get your funds from?
We mostly get our funds from the state.
I see.
We also have That's the core of our funding from the state to provide services. We also get some extra funding to do extra things. We do community organizing that comes from a grant.
Okay. Well, I can't speak for everybody on this board, but I can tell you that we provide services. You know, we have a mental health board here in Riverside Township that supports several different agencies that do the same thing. Being this is in Forest Park, it's not in our township. I know that we have township residents that may use their service, but I don't know how many. And I don't know exactly what they do. I mean, we have a budget, you know, I'm not too impressed with the, you know, the revenue and the salaries and wages. I understand that's how business works sometimes, but again, this is a not-for-profit, so I am questioning this grant or community partnership.
How many people do you serve overall? Do you know how many?
Overall, several hundred a year,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I think I am in agreement. I am very grateful that you do this work, and if I vote no, it's not because I don't believe in what you're doing or not impressed by your organization. It's just, it seems like we would be better served to give that amount of money to our current structure, partnerships.
We have a, I don't know if you're aware of it, but we have a community resource center that sounds like they're doing pretty much the same kind of work. And that is a branch of our mental health board, as well as, you know, we provide the space and so forth, and a lot of the support for that organization that is staffed by some of the agencies that the mental health board supports. So it really sounds like it would be a duplication of services that we already provide.
I think for me, it would be, if I found out there were people in Riverside for whatever reason couldn't use our services, and you were serving a certain, not significant number, but a number that would justify the funds, I think I would want to hear that, but I don't want to be discouraging, but.
Well, no, I mean, I appreciate everything that you all do, I really do. I mean, it's admirable. But you have to have, you know, we have a mental health board. I'm thinking maybe that this would be a better partnership with the mental health board, since you handle with developmental disabilities. But you're going to have to come up with some hard numbers, especially with Riverside Township. I mean, River Forest Township is not much smaller than Riverside Township.
We're very close in size.
About the same size, am I right?
Yes.
They gave $3,000, you're asking for 10. That seems a little bit out of line with it, so that's all I have. But I do appreciate what you do, I really do. So,
I'll make a motion that we do not fund this grant.
I have a motion to not fund this particular request.
Oh,
No second.
I don't think we.
I think it would fail for lack of a motion if we don't,
okay,
yeah.
all right, so,
Ready to go.
I'm good.
I don't hear-
Anybody else, just if we can have some more numbers for Riverside Township residents being served, I'd be more than happy to revisit this, but at this time, I'm sorry,
Okay, I appreciate your
you for
consideration.
coming out.
We still, yes, thank you. We still serve Riverside, so I can leave some, I provided some information, but I could leave more. Please refer to our website, and if there are services the township does not provide, please send our residents our way.
Right. I know you mentioned in the or whoever did the application mentioned that you were listed in our community resource guide, which was put together by our community resource center. So that's probably how you got in there. So that they were aware, and they tried to give every possible resource. But if you come up with something more specific and maybe something more in range with the proportion of people served within our township, come back to us at one of our other partnership meetings.
Got it, thanks again.
Thank you.
One more thing, or if there's a service that you provide that
That
we
we're
don't
missing.
provide,
Right,
that would be persuasive too. Okay.
okay? Thank you. All right, next up is Best Buddies International. We have the forms, and we had a note from their state director indicating they were not able to be present tonight, but invited any questions if you had them, and I did forward that to the board, so what is your pleasure on the Best Buddies?
I make a motion that we give Best Buddies International, Inc. a grant. It's a great program, really does a wonderful job, especially at the high school. I believe they're asking for $5,000. I make a motion that we grant them the grant for $5,000.
Second.
I have a motion by trustee Heilenbach, seconded by trustee Clark, to support the partnership request from Best Buddies International in the amount of $5,000. I note here that Central School is really rising, the elementary school, 70 participants, that's wonderful, so
It is. They do a
that's,
great job.
yeah,
Very good headway in our schools.
great.
We serve all of the schools in Riverside, right?
They do that, they have not been able to establish programs yet at all the schools. It takes a lot of faculty support to get that program going, but they do have every level. They have Central, Hauser, and RB, all have programs. Okay, then I have a motion and a second to approve this request for partnership. Is there any more discussion, any questions? Hearing none, then would you please call the roll?
Trustee Heilenbach.
Yes.
Trustee Clark.
Yes.
Trustee Navarro.
Yes.
Trustee DeCosta.
Yes.
Supervisor Wilt.
Yes. All right, next up is the Riverside Arts Weekend. Do we have someone here?
Good evening, everyone. I'm Charlotte Zia, and I am the head or lead for the Riverside Arts Weekend. As you probably all know, because I come here every year, we're the nonprofit organization that puts on our annual Art and Music Festival. We have been around since 2008. Sorry, I can't read with my glasses on. And so we're, albeit with the COVID pandemic, been around, and presenting this festival for over 16 years. So this year, it will be in June, as it has for the last number of years. And we continue to evolve and grow the festival, really trying to expand the diversity of the art, the music, having artist demonstrations. We had a meet and greet author, so we're really trying to bring in lots of different components that would really elevate all forms of art. We expanded our outreach in terms of our promotion to make sure that we're really drawing in not just the township, but really bringing others to our town, so really highlighting what we have to offer. I learned from one real estate agent that someone came to Raw and subsequently moved to Riverside. So, it's definitely a way to get out what Riverside has to offer, as well as an opportunity for folks to learn more about the arts. So we are asking for the township to participate as what we have now branded a marquee sponsor at $1,500. This would be promotion directly by our music performance stage, and it also offers, this wasn't in the materials because we just approved this yesterday, also includes logo and business recognition, as I said, by the music performance stage, 3 dedicated social media shout-outs on our social media, plus inclusion on our email blasts, and materials at our Raw community booth.
So that first part, was that about signage?
Yes,
That we would have banners or a sign or something near
Right.
the musical stage?
right.
Okay.
Yeah, we've always had signage, but we've sort of changed to have like very dedicated locations so that we really are highlighting specific sponsors in specific locations. So that's kind of an evolution in our promotions.
Okay. Any other questions? Then what is your pleasure?
I'll make a motion that we enter into a partnership with Riverside Arts Weekend in the amount of $1,500.
We have a motion by trustee DeCassola, seconded by trustee Navarro, to approve the partnership with Riverside Arts Weekend for $1,500. Any discussion?
Thank you.
Hearing none, will the clerk please call the roll?
Trustee DeCosta,
Yes.
trustee Navarro,
Yes.
trustee Heilenbach,
Yes.
trustee Clark,
Yes.
supervisor Wilt.
Yes. Motion is carried.
Thanate you so much, we really appreciate it. We'll be in touch about the
About a,
materials.
Oh,
We're gonna
okay.
get materials this time together.
okay, great.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. All right, Riverside Arts Center?
Good evening.
Good evening.
I'm Ann Filmer, Executive Director of the Riverside Arts Center. We have been a nonprofit since 1994, so we are entering our 33rd year, and we are very proud of our growth, especially in 2025. Our arts education programming has increased by 250%. We are open just about 365 days a year between our 3 art galleries and our 3 classroom spaces and our ceramics mudroom. We are incredibly grateful for the invaluable support from the Riverside Township. And in 2026, we are township funds, if you accept the partnership, would serve not only as a match for Illinois Arts Council funding, which funds summer apprenticeships for teens, where they get paid a salary to work under our artists over the summer. But also we're creating, I'm really excited about this, a new free program for teenagers called Youth Arts Leaders of Riverside Arts Center. And this came about because of a meeting with one of the teachers at Hauser Middle School, Allison Buzzard, who came to us. Their art club is kind of overflowing, like they cannot serve all the students that want to take the after-school art club. So we said, what can we do? And how about we create an actual like teen program at RAC where we offer free space, we provide the supplies, and we provide mentorship. And they then learn leadership skills, and they get to decide, we'll give them a budget, and they get to decide what to do with it, with our guidance, of course. So we're very excited about that program. Also, of course, our professional exhibitions, I'm including here in Township, where we showcased 3 Riverside residents, Erica Vanzana, Alexa Chimura, and Matthew Katz. Currently, the Veterans Group exhibition is up, and in 2025, we did the Creativity Fest, where we featured 60 community members' artworks all displayed together. It was, of course, honoring the 150th of Riverside with the River, and we're doing that again in 2026. And we also added a senior arts club, in addition to the ongoing programs with Central School, the one book at Central School. And we hope that we can achieve funding this year. So are there any questions?
Do you charge people like the senior art classes, are they all people from Riverside Township?
For the senior art club, I'm not sure if they're all for Riverside Township, but most of them are really close nearby. I could get back to you with that. I believe most of them are probably from Riverside Township. And it is a low, it's a low cost. It's a low cost for the seniors to take it. There's a small fee, though. And that's
They do have to pay a fee.
they do have to pay a fee. That's correct.
How many seniors are in your program, or what does the program look like?
Sure, the senior art club, it's an ongoing, every Friday, and is actually in partnership with the Parks and Recreation, and we actually house it at the Parks and Rec because it's just more accessible than we are in terms of the building. It's newer and there's not a step up. And so it's an ongoing, it's like every Friday from 10:30 to noon, and it's run by an arts therapist who is a senior herself. And it's just ongoing, it just keeps going. And, you know, we don't, we also allow seniors kind of to come and go, you know, if they can't take the whole session, and we don't turn anyone away if someone wanted to join the club and could not pay. We would let them in.
Is Creativity Fest going on now?
Yeah, we just started it, and it goes through all of February. We host Girl Scouts. I think we have 3 different Girl Scout troops who are coming to create, each one creates their own, each Girl Scout. We had Daisies in, and then we have 2 more troops coming. They create their own canvas, and they'll be all displayed here. And then we do a couple adult nights, and then we have our open house on weekends.
I think, is there any way to advertise the senior program? Is that what you're asking a bit about that? Or not, was that?
I wasn't, but I'd be happy to announce it to our seniors at our senior exercise class.
Yeah.
We also have a weekly, it's not just for seniors, but it's for all ages, but every Tuesday night, it's going on right now, we have an open art studio. Anyone can come by for free and use our supplies, and it happens from 7 to 9:30 every Tuesday. It's called Art Jam. It's like, instead of going to the gym, it's like going to create art.
I have several questions, please.
Yes.
First question I have is for the youth employment for the teens. How many teens do you employ through that program?
Sure. Through that specific program, we employ two teenagers.
Okay. Are they township residents?
Yes.
Always? Mm-hmm. Okay. How much money do you receive from the IACA for that program?
For that program, we receive, hold on, I believe it's $3,750.
$3,750.
That's right.
And that's from the Illinois, what is?
Illinois Arts Council.
And is that funded through the state, or is that a,
State,
okay, and they only give you $3,750?
correct.
Okay. My next question is, does the Parks and Recreation put any money in for your senior program? How does your partnership work with that?
Correct. How the partnership works is they pay a portion of the costs.
Who does?
The Parks and Recreation.
What portion?
Let's see, they pay for basically the art teacher.
Okay. What does that program cost overall?
That program, well, that's a really good question. I don't want to throw a guess out. I would have to get back to you about that because it happens every Friday. And supplies, and then administration.
That's okay.
I'm sorry.
That's
I'd have to
okay.
get back to you about
It's-
that.
I know we're throwing a lot at you. My only concern is that I have right now is do you request more money from the IACA and this is all they give you? Because you're asking for
Correct.
almost 3 times the amount of money that the state gives you from us. I know it doesn't all go towards that.
No, just a small
However-
amount would go towards that, because really in the budget, really 3,500 for the whole program of the youth arts leaders of RAC.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you don't get any other money from the state then except for this IACA?
correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
Who are some of your other sponsors?
Sure, our funders and additional sponsors, so, for funding for grants, the Gaylord and Dorothy Donnelly Foundation, the Abra and Jim Wilkin Fund, and then we have, sponsorships in town, through various businesses. Whether it's Labara or Galetka, we have a good amount of sponsors there. Our annual budget is $230,000 for 2026.
I actually have one last question regarding sponsorships. Are we the highest?
Are you the highest?
Partner.
At $10,000. I believe you'd be the second highest.
Thank you.
For those of you who may be wondering why we're asking quite so many questions, you know, we've been hurt by the tax delays and so forth. So, you know, we're on kind of a crunch. And this is the end of our fiscal year and we're trying to make ends meet. So if you're not hearing a real generous evening tonight, that's kind of where we stand. We've already shifted around some budget to prepare for our grants, our partnerships this evening. So that's why
I understand.
you may be getting more questions than you've gotten in the
No, I
past.
understand, and we're in the same boat because, you know, as you know, everywhere, I mean, funding every year is going down, 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 down. And thank goodness we do receive some, earned income for our classes, because we wouldn't survive otherwise. I mean, it's such a different environment out there in terms of foundations who will actually fund arts and humanities.
Okay.
This may be an obscure question, but is there any mental health tie-in with what the Art Center does specifically? I don't, and knows a
Well,
fine answer, I just
I
wonder.
mean, the reason that we started the Senior Art Club is because it has been proven that actually creating and not just your motor skills, but just from accessing, actually learning any new skill as one ages is excellent for cognitive, to help against, Alzheimer's and dementia. Besides also the connection and not being isolated, which that happens also as we age. So we serve arts education programming for all ages.
Any other questions?
Does any of the money that you raise go towards the RAW event?
Not specific, the money that we raise go towards,
Do you put any funds into the RAW event?
Yeah, because we participate in RAW and we provide teaching artists, we provide all the kids' activities at RAW. So, yeah, we pay for that.
So you're participants in RAW.
We're
basically.
participants in RAW and the farmer's market and the climate and the 4th of July, and we try to participate in all of the events in Riverside.
What is your pleasure?
I move that we enter into a partnership, community partnership, or well, not enter into, continue the community partnership in the amount of $10,000.
I have a motion. Do I hear a second?
I'll second it.
Motion and a second. Motion by trustee Navarro, second by trustee Heilenbach, to approve the Riverside Arts Center request for partnership in the amount of $10,000. Any further discussion? Then Clerk Reyes, would you please call the roll?
Trustee Navarro.
Yes.
Trustee DeCosta.
Yes.
Trustee Clark.
Yes.
Trustee Heilenbach.
Yes.
Supervisor Wilt.
Yes. Okay,
Thank you.
motion is carried.
On all our questions.
And
Thank you.
Trustee
if
Clark.
you send Vera the information about your senior art class, I will announce it at our senior exercise class.
Fantastic. Yeah, thank you.
All right, next up is the Riverside Junior Women's Charity.
Hi there. Thanks for having us. I'm Kate Rogers.
I'm Kate Dooley.
And the Kates are here tonight asking for your support for an upcoming event we are planning for our charity group. We're this year doing a Kentucky Derby themed event, which we think will be a really fun way to inject a fun night out for people, but also raise money that serves the residents of the township. Last year, our charity raised around $30,000 that went directly back into the community to different organizations, individuals, families needing support, everything from children's services, elderly services, other community organizations. So our goal with this event is to raise as much money as possible to help give back to the community we serve. And the grant money we're asking for is to help us offset the cost of decor, prizes that we're planning to offer as part of the game event, the Kentucky Derby horse-themed event that we're doing, and help us publicize the event as well to get attendance.
Can you walk me through how this event is going to work?
Sure. Sure.
Okay. So the event is, I think the event that we have here that was most similar would be like Harvest Bingo is the vibe that we're going for, if that makes sense. We are inviting folks to buy either individual seats or they can buy an entire table. The game itself is the horse racing game, which is apparently more popular than I realized. I was not familiar with it before we started this, but it's a dice game ultimately. It's a wooden board game where there's 11 horses, and the people sitting around the table you pick a horse, and each of the 11 spots has a specific number of slots, and you roll the dice. The number on the dice moves a spot, roll the dice, the number on the dice, and then the person who makes it to the end first wins. We are going to be doing it in tournament style, so you would come, if you had a table of, they're selling tables of 10, and then there's an 11th, the 11th horse will be up for you could purchase that additional for us to raise additional funds. So table of 10 people, there will be a certain number of rounds at the individual tables. The winners from those rounds will go on to the next round, which will be a reduced number of tables, and then there will be a grand prize life-size horse race at the end where would be the final grand prize winner will play that horse race. So it's in the theme of bingo, where you're coming together with a table. It's a BYOB event, and you're with your friends at your table, but then also like full room involvement with the grand prize winners.
I actually played this game on New Year's Eve.
Did you have fun?
And then I ordered one.
Yes.
Too, because it was really fun to play this game.
Good.
I have a couple questions, please. How much is a seat and how much is a table?
So we're selling by seat. It is $50. It'll be, and for the entire table would be $500. We just, as far as encouraging people, we have found in events in the past that we've done, we did Brewskers for a while, that members of this community like being able to come together as a group. So that's why we're offering it in that way. But there is, because it is a fundraiser, there's no discount for the table itself, at least not at this point. I think it's kind of we may offer it should we find that to be incentivizing. But right now, we're hoping people are going to want to buy it.
And when is the event? I'm sorry.
April 18th from
April
7 to
18th.
10.
Have you sold a good amount of seats yet, or
We have not yet opened sales.
you have not
we are-
opened sales?
No, we're opening in March.
Okay. Have you raised any other money for your event yet?
Not specifically for this event yet. We are going out and doing that right now. We're starting that process now. We have general Riverside Junior Women's Charity sponsors for the year already, but then not specifically supporting this event per se.
What community, you say you give back to community organizations, which ones?
I don't know that I have my list in front of me, but in the paperwork that I submitted, I did bucket out where the money went to. And I'd be happy to get a list of those specific organizations. But I believe,
I don't think I saw that, Mark.
yeah, there was a graphic here, so, and I can't even read it in my own printout.
Yeah, it
But-
wasn't, it didn't print out very.
Yeah,
Well,
but if
there
you would
was-
like a list of more specific organizations, I'd be happy to follow up with that information. I'm sorry, I don't have
Got
that.
it.
So one other question regarding last year's fundraising. I believe you requested 2,000 last year and we gave you 2,000. Were we the highest one out of last year for single fund, for partnership?
That was for like Taste of Riverside?
Yeah,
Yeah, the Riverside
so
House.
I don't know that, I think last year you may have been the highest, because I don't believe we had a premier sponsor last year. In the 2 previous years, you would have been the second highest.
So what are your other sponsors? So 2,000 is a premier sponsorship level?
Yes, that's our second high.
Second
So what
highest.
are,
Yeah.
so I don't think I see your levels in our paperwork.
No, and I'm sorry for that. We actually just established that as of yesterday. So I'm happy to also get you that information, but I'm happy to tell you parts of what you would get as part of the sponsor level that.
So what's the highest sponsorship
Suggesting.
level and what's the lowest?
3,000 is our highest level. The lowest is 300.
Okay.
I think some of the same organizations that you give money back to are the same ones that we give money to every year, including yours. I see that in your, as we go further through the agenda, that you are requesting the Township Hall
For
That's
this
correct,
event.
For the event.
for the event.
Yes, that is correct.
I would make a recommendation, and this is just a thought, that we, instead of the $2,000, we waive the fee for the Township Hall, and they can have that. Because the money that we give already, they're giving back to the to the organizations that we're already either partnerships with or we support. And I think giving them the Township Hall for free is, or no rental fee, I think is a generous thing for this event.
May I just respond to that very briefly? just
Sure.
To differentiate us a little bit in who we give it. Of course, we do, many of the organizations that you fund, we also fund. I think one of the things that our members has really latched on to in recent years, given this ever-changing environment that we've lived in since COVID, is when we say hyperlocal and who we fund, it is hyperlocal. So in addition to the organizations, we also are reaching out to specific families. And so it is very one-on-one. People recommend a very specific family who's going through a hardship, and we are there providing them funding. We paid off the D96, the lunch balances for anyone that had a lunch balance at the end of last year to the tune of $3,500. So that was a need that we found out about, recognized, and we paid that in full. There are, I think, the thing that most of our members feel most attached to is those very specific needs that, while there are organizations that could fund these, for various reasons are maybe falling between the cracks or not yet to the point where they need to reach or feel like they need to reach out to the organizations, but they know about us and they know someone who's part of our organization and they can reach out to us. The other thing I would mention and why this funding is so important to us for this event is COVID changed a lot, as we all know, and one of the things that it changed is membership in organizations like ours. So we're still a very strong organization, but we are a much smaller organization than we used to be. And the way we used to fund these events is by our own membership fees and by our participation in the events, right? Part of the way, and really what our entire budget is supposed to be, is by our members buying a minimum number of tickets to the event or participating in the event in a minimum way. But because our membership is down, that means that funding is a lot less. So we are not in a position where our participation alone can put on an event that will make the kind of funds that we've been able to give back into the community in the past. So that's why, and really it's only been since COVID since we've come and asked you for funds But that's why this is even more important than it has been in years past. And we certainly would not turn away having access to this facility at no cost. That's certainly a great offer. I just wanted to express why we ask for the amount that they do and why it's so important to us.
I'm not absolutely certain, but I believe that your organization made a contribution to the food pantry in recent months. Did you not? Does that sound familiar?
Yeah, you did.
So that's kind of like, it comes out of our pocket here, and then it comes back into the pocket the other way. So, I mean, I think that's the kind of thing that we're trying to avoid.
Absolutely.
That circuitous money. And yes, I'll verify, I mean, I have the numbers before us. In the last 12 years, you came in 14 and 15 for a few hundred, and then 23, 24, and 25. The thing that I'm also noticing is that in 23 and 24, you came in February, and I don't know if you just missed the deadline last year, but you came in May. Therefore, within this, our fiscal year is from April 1st to March 31st. So, you know, within this last fiscal year, we have already contributed, and that was to the Riverside Fest events.
Taste of Riverside?
Yeah.
Taste of Riverside.
Okay, so, again, if we're kind of hedging our bets and suggesting other ways to do this, that's kind of why, because we hate to like give you the money and then have it come back to us in rental and food pantry. It makes no sense.
Actually, I have two more questions from something I
Sure.
heard. How many members do you have right now?
We have 32 active members, and then we also have associate members who are still involved but not active, and that number I believe is 42?
45 or
Oh, 45, 45.
45.
And how much is your membership?
So $60 is our annual membership, and then we have a required, why am I blanking on the word?
Obligation.
Thank you, for each of our events. So in this case, this Derby event, the obligation is a total of $150. So each of those members has to either, it's made up in different ways. Buy a
Either
ticket,
sell
travel
or
ticket,
buy,
exactly,
right? So
yes.
so you give money back to the community, which I applaud. Do you give any money outside of Riverside to other organizations that are in the township that might not be in Riverside?
Organizations that are located outside of Riverside, yes, but they service Riverside residents, township residents. So like
So is it a township organization or no?
our organization or the one that we
No,
give
no, I
funds to?
guess, are you giving money to any other organizations outside of Riverside that would be in the township?
For example, more than half of North Riverside is in the township. A little bit of Brookfield, a little piece of Lyons.
Right, are you giving any money to?
Absolutely.
You
Yes.
are?
Yes, the food pantry in Brookfield.
Share food, share love?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
I
it
know-
serves our residents.
Right, and Pillars, which I know has locations here, but also outside, are two that come to mind. Yes, many organizations over the years and in the last year.
I would say in the future, if we can get a, if you request again in the future, if we can get a listing of organizations that you're giving money to, I think that would also help as well, please.
Yes,
And I'd
definitely.
also like to see a more detailed budget on the cost of the party.
Sure.
Well, they have that, don't they?
They have
I
that,
believe there was,
That
yeah,
was a book.
that was in
It
that
was-
one
it's on the
spreadsheet.
last page.
I think, this is great, and I think one thing to, on the one hand, juniors goes out and raises more money than, I don't know, it's, the effort that you put in raises a bunch of money that goes to the arts center or whatever charities, and then we have to give them less because you've encouraged
Supported them as well.
citizen support, and so that's good, and that's always been the case, and so I think that's one reason why I, you know, of course, I'm an honorary member of juniors, I will say that and disclose that conflict there, but if it is one, but you know, so that's good. It's just like, it's strange for us to see, well, we've said it 3 times, money coming in from you, us to you, you to us,
Yeah.
like, it's weird.
Even though, and it is a complete pass-through, I know you're very frugal with how you throw parties, even though it looks like it's just for decorations. I know from my experience, you're generally pretty frugal with that kind of thing. And, what's the last thing? Yeah, I would, if we could come up with something like waiving the $300 fee and giving them some money for the party support, that's my thought. We're open for motions.
Why don't we waive the $300 fee and give them $1,000? But you still have to pay the insurance,
Right.
the insurance
Still
for,
need the insurance for, even though it's a BYOB.
you
Right,
still
you
you
still have to
to
provide the
bring-
insurance.
Yeah, you still have to have,
See that provided
yeah,
under-
We have our insurance, we got our insurance.
Yeah,
that's right.
it's not your first rodeo.
What was your suggestion, 1,000?
1,000?
Is that a motion?
Um,
I can only deal with
Yeah.
motions, folks.
No, I know.
Oh, go ahead, unless you were, I move to waive the special use The rental
fee,
fee.
the rental fee of $300, and give them, give the Junior Women's Club $1,000 for the,
Fundraiser.
fundraiser.
Okay, and that's a motion. Yes. Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Okay, I have a motion by trustee Navarro, seconded by trustee Clark, to waive the $300 rental for this event on April 18th, and to grant a partnership amount of $1,000 for, tonight toward your expenses. If I stated that correctly, is there any discussion to that motion? Hearing none, then Clerk Reyes, would you please call the roll?
Trustee Navarro.
Yes.
Trustee DeCosta.
Yes.
Trustee Clark.
Yes.
Trustee Heilenbach.
Yes.
Supervisor Wilt.
Yes. Motion is
Thank
carried.
you, appreciate it.
Okay. Whew. I'm sorry.
No, we're good.
Okay. All right. Onward. Okay, and the special event request? The first one is from Junior Women's Fundraiser for Saturday, April 18th. I think that,
You don't have to,
that,
trust me,
Yeah.
we've used it.
the only thing is, I mean, we've already agreed to waive the rental fee, but I would appreciate a motion to approve, since there is alcohol on the premises, to approve that with insurance.
I'll make a motion to approve the special event for the RJWC on
April 18th.
April 18th, 2026, and to waive the fee, but need the alcohol and insurance.
Okay.
I'll second it.
I have a motion to approve the special use rental for April 18th to the Riverside Junior Women's Club, charity, sorry, and approve their use of the building with the proviso of providing the insurance as is agreed to. Any other discussion? Then would you please call the roll?
Trustee DeCosta.
Yes.
Trustee Navarro.
Yes.
Trustee Clark.
Yes.
Trustee Heilenbach.
Yes.
Supervisor Wilt.
Yes. Motion is carried. All right, next one is a special use request. Again, alcohol will be served for a private family event on Saturday, June 27th. What is your pleasure?
I'll make a motion that we accept the special request for our auditorium, June 27, 2026, in the amount of $600 with proper insurance and proof of insurance.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion by trustee DeCosta, seconded by trustee Navarro, to approve the special use request for June 27th, 2026 with the usual proviso, providing insurance and the fees as listed. Any discussion? Hearing none, please call the roll.
Did we get a second?
Me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, yes, DeCassola and
Trustee
Navarro.
DeCosta.
Yes.
Trustee Navarro.
Yes.
Trustee Clark.
Yes.
Trustee Heilenbach.
Yes.
Supervisor Wilt.
Yes. Motion is carried. Okay. Onward. We have a proposal here for the purchase and installation of some additional security cameras in the building. It would actually be only purchase of 4 cameras because 2 would be repurposed in places they are not currently held, and the others are so that they cover the area better. We have certain blind spots, and this layout would improve that. It is within our budget if it comes in before the end of the fiscal year. Not sure, how long the order time is on this, but I expect it could be done within that period, and if not, I would allow for it in the next budget.
I make a motion that we pay for additional security cameras with this proposal of $7,673.
This is the same company that's installed all the rest and that maintains the,
They did the auditorium, correct? Did they do the auditorium as well? Or was that something different?
that would change up the auditorium security.
No, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, what do you?
I thought it was our speaker system that we had.
No, that speaker system is already taken
It was-
care of. Yeah, that's all done.
Do we have, I have a question regarding this. I'm sorry, you need a second, correct?
I
Go
do.
ahead.
Second.
Okay.
Then I have,
Motion by trustee Clark, seconded by trustee DeCassola. Discussion.
yes, please. Is this going to cover everything that we need in the township right now?
I believe so, and there's still ports if we found that there's something else we
Okay.
need to do, but this should take care of, this would give, we do have some blind spots again.
Okay.
And this would cover, for example, the hallway where the assessor's office is. We can see the assessor's office now, but not the food pantry. And so this would change up how the camera is positioned.
Okay. That's fine, as long as we're making it more secure, and
Yes,
if we needed anything else, I would definitely entertain that, but you're okay with what needs to be done with this
Yes.
right now?
yes.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, I have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Hearing none, then Clerk Reyes, would you please call the roll?
Trustee Clark.
Yes.
Trustee Heilenbach.
Yes.
Trustee DeCosta.
Yes.
Trustee Navarro.
Yes.
Supervisor Wilt.
Yes, motion is carried. Thank you. And then this is a relatively small thing, but because it's a smaller firm, we wanted to make sure that we could get them paid right away. So these are just odds and ends that have been a problem throughout the building, including the imbalance of the lighting within the office. And this would make it all more uniform and
In your office?
in the township office.
Okay.
Plus, there's a few lights that just nobody's been able to figure out how to fix, and this person has apparently found the way. We've had a light, actually, on the village side, one of the can lights, there's a problem with it, so while we're doing it, we're gonna make them make them match, so that's why that would be the spare trims part. And then we have an entry light that unfortunately was, it's actually, we think it may be from water damage when we had leaks, so he's got to troubleshoot that one, but we'll figure out what that is because that's part of our fire inspection, and it's the emergency light that's not there.
So that is not on this,
The troubleshooting.
The troubleshooting, yeah, the troubleshooting that.
but not,
There, yeah, hopefully it will be just correct some wiring
Okay.
issue.
And to go back to my question previously, this satisfies everything that you need to have done for this.
That's to the best of our knowledge at
Okay.
this point, yes.
Okay. Okay.
All right. So did I have a motion yet?
I'll make a motion to accept TRH Electric proposal for lighting work and electrical work that needs to be done in the amount of $1,600.
Thank you. Thank you. I have a motion by trustee DeCassola, seconded by trustee Heilenbach to approve the electrical service invoice for TRH Electric. Any discussion? Hearing none. Would you please call the roll?
Trustee DeCosta,
Yes.
trustee Navarro,
Yes.
trustee Clark,
Yes.
trustee Heilenbach. Yes. Supervisor Wilt.
Yes.
That was a total of 1,600.
1,600, yes, sorry.
Thank you.
Didn't mistake. Okay, and then we have before us, as I told you earlier, in anticipation of some partnerships this evening, we need a little bit more money in that programs budget. So this is a proposal for budgetary transfer of appropriations, and that would amount to taking 1,000 unused funds from the Township Children's Theater award or budget, $2,000 from the auditor's budget, $2,000 from general insurance budget, and $500 from the township seniors budget, and transfer those to $5,000 to town programs, $500 to the website, to the website, because we've had some expenses to try to fix some things there, or to renew services. And that would change the adjusted appropriations for that would then be the Township's Children's Theater, $4,000, which is what they believed they were getting anyway, $10,000 in the auditor's budget, and that's all paid already, so that won't grow. It's $100 to general insurance, which is just kind of a safety holding spot, $34,500 in Township Senior Citizens Programs, and from what we've seen and approved, that will cover it, and $65,000 would be in town programs, and $700 on the website. What is your pleasure?
I make a motion that we approve these budgetary transfers.
I have a motion by trustee Clark, seconded by trustee Navarro, to approve the budgetary transfer of appropriations as listed. Any discussion? Then would you please call the roll?
Trustee Clark,
Yes.
trustee Heilenbach. Yes. Trustee Navarro,
Yes.
trustee DeCosta,
Yes.
supervisor Wilt.
Yes, motion is carried. Okay. Reports. Some of this we've already addressed because we're out of the usual order, but since our last meeting. Nurses Closet has had a great deal of activity lately, both loans, returns, and donations. I think that some of those donations were benefiting from equipment that was borrowed from the old St. Barbara's. The food pantry activity has slowed a bit, but it is still steady with our regulars. I believe that the extreme cold kept people at home, especially as some of our clients don't have regular transportation and they walk to the office for those bags. So I think it'll pick up again as the weather breaks. The Landmark had a story last week indicating that the Broadview Food Pantry has moved into the Riverside Presbyterian Church. The Broadway Pantry was already affiliated with the Greater Chicago Food Depository, so this nearby food pantry will have the benefit of donated food from there. They are only open one day, midday, and one evening per week, and the clients can come to that pantry twice per month. So just so we're aware, because they usually come to us for the little food pantry, but if they're getting the support of the Greater Chicago Food Depository, I don't know that we need to be doing that for future reference. I met with David Dankert from Serena Sturm Architects Limited to review their drawings for updating and upgrading the restrooms in the town hall. He followed up with electronic versions, which I forwarded to the board. Since then, since they also have a construction branch, I've reached out to them, but not heard back yet for some ballpark numbers on what this might cost. I acknowledge that the selection of finishes would make a big difference in numbers, and we would have to go out for bids, but I would want to go out for some grants to do this before we actually commit to it. And I believe that there would be some that would be available, especially because this would be an accessibility project. I haven't heard back yet from Marty Serena, but, you know, this is a busy time, so I'm expecting to have more for you, and hopefully I'll have some information before the budget. I am still working on the budget, hopeful that tax revenues will be more accessible this coming year. The delays have impacted our reserves and reduced our income due to lack of interest earnings we should have had. I hope we'll be able to make some building improvements, but much depends on how our tax money is received. Since the first installment for 2025 taxes won't be due until April, I do not expect that we will receive all of our budgeted taxes within this fiscal year, so on paper, our current budget will probably not look as good as planned by year end. I am in receipt of the assessor's budget and am waiting for the mental health board's budget to plug into the rest of the document as well. And as soon as I have something more concrete, I will share it with all of you. There is a budgetary transfer ordinance that we've already dealt with. And on the financials, you may notice that the salary lines will be higher than usual because we have changed the assessor's pay date to the same day as her staff at the end of the month, instead of being paid with the other elected officials halfway through the following month. We have 3 different payroll groups, so this won't impact anything, except that in January, we paid both Fran for December and Mary Jo for January on this, so that it might look a little out of balance, but the rest of the year will look normal again. I am working on connecting with the groups we need to engage for our US 250 celebration we discussed at our committee of the whole. I hope to go to the radio players rehearsal next week if I get back in time, because I'm coming back from out of town that night, but I have spoken with Ellie about it, and she was amenable to it, and she says that generally speaking, what she suggests is what they go along with. So she's going to talk to them about it next week, whether I show up or not. And the new service window in the office is starting to take hold. People are finally stopping to grab the doorknob and actually reading the sign right in front of their face. And the rest of it should be finished within the next few weeks. That's about it. Well, you already know that we're working on some electrical issues. Little by little, as funds allow, we try to upgrade, and we hope to do some decor uplift in the office, like paint, and possibly some new blinds if we find the money for that. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them, but that is the bulk of my report.
I want to say that window looks really nice.
Thank you. I think they did a
Yeah.
great job.
They did a great job on that.
So we're still waiting that we will have film on the side panels, so it'll be translucent, but we won't be quite like in a fishbowl, since it's so open now. And then, of course, the names are going to be refreshed, so those will be more readable. The board names will be refreshed to reflect current people on the board, and then we're waiting for the shade for that window too, and a few shelves underneath it so that we can have some of our forms right there. All right, then we will move on to other reports. I'm sorry.
I just want to, one question about that.
Sure.
That food pantry is just new information to me. I guess I didn't see that article, and that's interesting to me, and I don't know how it affects us, or I think that was what your report was.
Yeah, basically,
Indicating.
right. I mean, we have partnered with them. We have supported when they had the little food pantry, but now they're gonna have a full-on food pantry. They are gonna be servicing the people that have lost their pantry in Broadview. So I don't know how the traffic is gonna wind up in town. You know, there's a need, and they're able to fulfill that need. And but they have the support of the Greater Chicago Food Depository, which we don't, because they no longer take on any pantry.
Plus, we started with them, when they first started out, they came to us.
Right.
And we helped fund them for, I think, first
Oh, it's
4 or
been a
5
number of
years,
years.
yeah.
It's been quite a few years,
We have
yeah.
gotten them refrigerators.
Yeah.
I think we have gotten them 2 or 3 refrigerators.
And we've provided a lot of gift cards for them to shop, so,
It is.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Is there a thought to either like coordinating the days, or are they different, completely different?
So
and
they
Broadview's not
apparent,
really in our
from what I read in the article, I think they are open midday, like from something like 10:30 till 1 on Mondays, and Tuesday evenings, like from 4:30 to 7 or something like that. Don't quote me on the hours.
I believe you're correct on that.
It's very close to
It's very
that.
similar. They're open on Mondays and Tuesdays.
Right.
But then the little food pantry,
That will still remain open, I believe?
yeah, that's 24 hours, and it's just right in the entranceway to the Presbyterian Church to where the offices are. So that is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Right. And, yeah, we have supported them since 2019
Yeah, so,
in that little food pantry, so,
but
Thanks.
yes.
some of the,
There was also an organization that didn't have a complete accounting of how many township residents they serve.
correct,
Now
Does
they
anybody
probably
can
have even less accounting,
correct, so,
so
Yeah.
Because it was open to anybody.
it was open to
Right.
anybody,
Anybody, yeah.
right, they didn't turn anybody away,
Right.
which is very,
Well, they didn't even monitor
very
who was
wonderful
there.
program,
Yeah,
but it was no
abs-
accounting for the money we were giving them.
Right, right. All right, onward. Assessor, do you have a report for us? And it's good to see your face this month, not masked.
Yes, well, unfortunately, I still have a cold. So the assessor's report, so the Cook County Treasurer Maria Pappas sent out a news release stating that there's still problems. The top priority is the first installment tax bill. She gave a date that they're supposed to be mailed on February 27th. You look at the property tax tracker, there's a lot of issues. So we're really hoping those bills do get mailed on time, or at least they post them online. They're still having problems with the distributions and the accounting. And the second priority after the tax bill's first installment is the refunds. Refunds from certificates of error have not gone out, and we have some people waiting for some major refunds. And how that's gonna affect their first installments, I don't know. They should have significantly reduced first installments, and they don't even have their refunds. There's still several people I know that never even got a tax bill because there's data issues. And if you put in their PIN number, it still says a tax bill is not available. So,
And that's for the second installment of last year?
yes.
Wow.
So that means those people wouldn't have a first installment if they can't even create them a second installment bill. So there are still significant issues. And I know the treasurer's office is working diligently, but there's still a lot of
What
problems.
caused all this problem? A new system?
The new system, yeah. The new system.
And they went live on it before the
should've.
bugs were out?
Yes. The problem, I think the scope of the problem is that it encompassed the whole county, and it was kind of being worked in stages and not understanding really the scope of the project. I think they thought the data would just transfer. And they're having a lot of problems with the cashiering side, the receiving side. There's a lot of coding issues, I'd say, because they're talking about, it's not reconciling, there's a lot of rounding issues. So that's an accounting issue, like this is an accounting, part of it's data, part of it's accounting, so there's a lot of trouble, there's a lot of problems. It seems like the list keeps getting longer instead of shrinking,
shorter, yeah.
instead of shorter. Yeah.
So will our taxes be due April 1st?
They are due April 1st. They got that legislated last year in the veto session, knowing that the second installment was so late, so they did that proactively. So yes. So,
And
and they have to be mailed by law 30 days in advance. You're supposed to get 30 days to pay the bill.
Right.
So by law, they have to bill us 30 days in advance.
So they really need to hit that February 27th mailing date.
Yeah.
And it should be easy. It's just a 55% of the previous year bill.
Right.
It's just a
But
straight estimate.
if some people's bills weren't issued last year, then
Right. Or
then
if
how
they
do you
don't have
figure
these corrections.
55% of it?
Right. So people, you could figure out your own bill, but if they don't post them, there's no way for them to collect. So that's, people have mortgages and escrows. It's a nightmare.
It has been.
It's a nightmare.
I have a question, if I may. You mentioned some, regarding refunds. You said that there's some people
So there's
are-
people that got certificates of errors for exemptions or other problems,
Okay.
corrections to their installment. And usually some of people can receive a corrected tax bill, and they didn't do that, depending on the timing of when when the correction was issued. We have people that got certificates of error approved by the assessor's office in July, so they should have made it to the tax bill, and they still haven't gotten their money. They were hoping for this money to pay the second tax bill,
Understand.
and now it's gonna roll into this first installment.
So with that being said, if there's a refund, how will that affect our township dollars that are supposed to be coming our way? Will that affect our,
So typically what
does that
happens
work?
is they post, when they release funds, it's when there's an excess. They release funds as soon as you've got a bank, basically.
okay,
If they give refunds, then they just charge against our account in the negative and wait until there's more taxes that are collected. So they never draw back, they have never, so far, while I've been in
Yeah.
office, drawn back any money.
Okay.
But we just don't get, even if they collect funds, if they've issued refunds.
Right.
Then we don't get the taxes that they've collected
so
in that
with-
amount.
So with that being said, is there a dollar amount that we know that will not be coming our way that we had budgeted for? Am I understanding that correctly?
I don't think it's
Okay.
that, it's significant to the individual taxpayer.
But not,
I think
not
to
on-
your
Not in the
overall
big
budget,
pictures.
no. Last year we
It's
had
not
a record number of certificates of error. It was the highest number we ever saw
Okay.
that we calculated, and it didn't affect your budget.
No.
Okay.
No, I mean, if they're supposed to get $1,000 back, let's say,
Right, it's a small percentage.
yeah,
of our
I mean,
budget.
$20 of that is ours. It's not going to make or break us.
Just-
Right,
Just
Yeah.
want to verify because we gave a lot of money away tonight.
right,
We helped a lot of partnerships.
right.
Yeah. So the Board of Review finally released their results. That was back from their appeals back in July. They finally released them, so people got their letters last week, or they're in the portal. They're not published online until they're certified. We don't think they're going to certify them until the end of the month. Could be a little longer, because it has to go through the courts. And so all of that is kind of delaying our reassessment year is also supposed to be, and we expect that could be March, April, but we kind of think that that's not going to happen until after the tax bills go out. And it is election year, so.
Yeah.
So that being said, we'll have a very busy spring, and we're trying to get, our timelines situated for that. But hopefully you do get your funds.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions for the assessor?
Thank you for the Rosen report.
Yeah.
Thank you. Trustees, Trustee Navarro, you have anything to report? I don't. Trustee DeCassola?
Thank you, Supervisor. No report.
Trustee Clark?
Thank you, Supervisor. My only report is the exercise class is still going well, and we'll probably do a senior lunch around St. Patrick's Day.
Very good, thank you. And Trustee Heilenbach?
Hi, good evening. The Mental Health Board met last month at the Way Back Inn in Oak Park. That's a great facility. It's a live-in treatment center for alcoholics and gambling addiction. They do a superb job, and they're always a good host to us. We learned quite a bit about their organization. Our next meeting is going to be at the Community Support Services in Brookfield, and I'm sure that'll be a good meeting. Also, our program that we're going to have on the 21st of February is the Kids Aren't Okay. I've got a flyer, I believe is ready. I'm going to get a hard copy of it. I will give one to Supervisor Wilt. The village is going to partner with us on this. They will put it on their website. We'll put it on our website. And I will have flyers around Riverside. We're going to have a few speakers, plus some of our agencies that are going to show up with information. What I wanted to make sure that we stressed is, yes, there's a lot of turmoil going on right now with not only our kids, but seniors, everybody. But there is a solution to it. There is hope. There's help. And we're here for you with the Community Resource Center, with the agencies, our partnership with our local police departments. So that's what we're going to drive home, hopefully. We are going to do a live audience in case people want to have questions, and I'm hoping for a good crowd, I really am.
Do you know what time that's scheduled?
1 o'clock.
1 o'clock, okay, thank you.
You said February 21st?
Yes, that's a Saturday.
Saturday, and where is the live event at?
Auditorium,
I'm sorry, the
our
auditorium.
auditorium.
Yeah. What else? I had one other thing, and of course, you know, being old, I forgot. So, CIT training. We are going to review our finances, and we're going to do some refresher courses for CIT. For the people that have already taken it, we're going to give a couple of 3 days. I will get together with Supervisor Wilt, and we will figure out a time, and so we can rent the room, so we can have the classes here. And that is something that we really, really, one of the best programs we've done, I think, for sure. Crisis intervention training.
That's for first responders.
The governor signed this Safety Act, and what that does is that every police officer within a certain amount of time, I think it's either 3 to 5 years, has to be certified in CIT training. And the training got so boxed up, you know, you've got the city of Chicago, you've got bigger towns like Oak Park, Irwin. What we did was, we went out and got the certified CIT trainers and brought them here for our township partners. So I know Riverside's 100% trained. I know North Riverside, I believe, is about 65% trained, and I think Brookfield is 75% trained. So we did that. We're offering now, they have to not recertify, but have a refresher. So we're going to do that. And I know Director Buckley was talking, and I think it's a brilliant idea. I told him if you need any help, you want a letter, I'll send it, to include CIT training in the academy. Hold them over an extra week and do the CIT. Now, the way that the bill reads, they can't have CIT training for 2 years, which makes no sense.
A new hire can't have it for 2 years?
Pardon me?
A new hire
That's correct.
cannot have it for 2 years?
Yeah. Why that is, who knows? So,
Thank you,
and that concludes my report.
thank you. And I see that I skipped right over communications. Are there any communications?
There are a few, Supervisor. Very quickly, we note a thank you card from, or a thank you letter from Beds Plus, thanking the township for their generous contribution of $5,000 to their program. We also have another thank you letter from Aging Care Connections for another $5,000 gift to them. They were very appreciative. We also received a nice certificate of appreciation from the Lions Club for the township support of their Candy Day. And then finally, there's this additional correspondence here.
Okay.
Is this something we want to?
Yeah, well, we can just, under correspondence, yes. I'll just mention that there's another organization besides the township officials of Cook County. There's this Metropolitan Township Association, the MTA, and many of us went to their event last year, and of course, now they've reached out to ask us to become members. This just came in today, and I just looked at it briefly. It would be somewhere between $1,500 and $3,000 membership per year, and it's based on our appropriations. So I'm not sure, it's not on our agenda to discuss this, so I thought we could discuss it at our committee of the whole next month, along with some other things that we've got pending, and then we can bring it to the next meeting if necessary.
And that's all the communications.
Okay, thank you very much. Then we have reached unfinished business, and that is discussion of the 26-27 budget. Oh, my gosh. Again, that's a work in progress, so I will hopefully have some kind of a draft at our next committee of the whole for us to get that done very quickly into the new budget year. And FYI, here there's a reminder to all our residents that the deadline to request items be added to the agenda for the annual town meeting, that deadline is March 1st, and the annual town meeting is by state law the second Tuesday in April, which is April 14th, and it will precede the town board meeting that evening. It was set to happen at 6:01 PM on the 14th. And so, again, reminder that if there's anything you want on the annual town meeting agenda, it must be received in the township office by March 1st. And we are to the approval of warrants.
Did we discuss the township budget?
Yes.
I said that I don't have any numbers for you right now, and I'll have some more visible numbers at our next committee of the whole. Okay, on to approval of warrants.
Thank you, Supervisor. Make a motion that the board authorize and ratify payment of the bills identified on the general warrant February 2026 in the amount of $25,565.39 as presented to the board this 10th day of February 2026.
Second.
I have a motion by trustee DeCassola, seconded by trustee Clark, to approve the general warrants for February 2026 in the total amount of $25,565.39. Is there any discussion? Then, Clerk Reyes, would you please call the roll?
Sure. Trustee DeCassola.
Yes.
Trustee Navarro. Yes. Trustee Clark.
Yes.
Trustee Heilenbach. Yes. Supervisor Wilt.
Yes, motion is carried.
And I make a motion that the board ratify and authorize payment of the amounts indicated on the following warrants. Utility warrant, February 2026, in the amount of $2,555.68. Payroll warrant in the amount of $18,417.63. Health warrant in the amount of $3,722. General assistance warrant, $10,229.89. Township radio players in the amount of $180. Food pantry warrant, the amount of $505.83. All of the above as presented to the board.
I'm sorry, that's 63 cents.
Oh, $505.63.
Yeah.
63 cents. All of the above is presented to the board this 10th day of February 2026.
I have a motion. Do I hear a second? Second. Motion by trustee DeCassola, seconded by trustee Navarro, to approve the following warrants for February 2026. Utility warrant, $2,555.68. The payroll warrant, $18,417.63. Health warrant, $3,722 even. General assistance warrant, $10,229.89. Township radio players, $180. Food pantry, $505.63. Any discussion, questions? Hearing none, then Clerk Reyes, would you please call the roll?
Trustee DeCassola.
Yes.
Trustee Navarro. Trustee Clark.
Yes.
Trustee Heilenbach. Supervisor Wilt.
Yes, motion is carried. Thank you. Are there any public comments? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn?
Second.
Motion by trustee Navarro, seconded by trustee Clark to adjourn. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Motion is carried.